You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broden.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard, you liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
And we are all the way live right here at 160 Victor Street at WHPR WHBS. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broden, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host,
Thabiti, and we welcome you to the program.
And I want you to know that we really appreciate those of you who helped to sponsor this program. And for those of you who are considering, please make your check or money order out to Hood Research. But if you prefer, you can make it out to Watkins Broadcasting Company. We have no objection to that, but we ask that you mail it to Hood Research at P.O. Box 4416, Detroit, Michigan 48204. Again, that's P.O. Box 4416, Detroit, Michigan 48204. I want to say good morning to a lot of people. This past week was a fantastic week, and as those of you who tune in regularly know, that the writer of the movie, John Wynn's Mirror, Mirror, was here in town for the premiere this past Tuesday. And it took place, and we were so thankful that it was at the Bel Air Theater on East 8 Mile Road. And I just want to say good morning to Rosa and to Ron and to Vera and Barbara, and also to Al. Good morning to Lori. Lori was there. Everybody told me Lori was dressed to impress. And thank you, Lori, for coming. Also, good morning to Katrina and Tawana and to Chris. And, there were just so many people that were there at the Thabiti. It was a lot of fun. But one thing that I have to say was at the end of the movie, when the actors came out and the writer came out, during their conversation, one of the staff came in to say that lightning had hit the area and there was a blackout. There were about 85,000 people who were without power. And that was at the point at the end where we were going to have the competition for the best dress that day. and people were walking the red carpet, and it was just so much fun. What we are going to do is still have the competition for the best dress, and we're working on a date and location and all of that for it, and it's going to be fun as well. So you want to say good morning? I want to say first, happy Monday to Jay, way on the east side. And happy Monday to Les, way on the west side. The beating.
And I say greetings to all, and shout out to Sister Jackie, Brother Shane, Cheryl D. Hope you get your car fixed. We got a lot of people who, public transportation is an interesting thing. Ruth Ann, Brother Fred, Brother Smith Bay. Also, I ask you to have your friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, and acquaintances tune in, and also have pen and paper handy for information that you may want to record.
Yes, good morning to Lola, and Sheila was there, and Tom was in the house with us as well. And, it was very enjoyable. People stood around, even in the dark, enjoying each other's company. And the rain was, oh man, there's a saying. We all have all kind of sayings in our culture. But they talk about it raining cats and dogs. Hey, they probably threw some horses in there too, because for the power to go out and all that, it was quite an experience. But we weathered the storm, and as far as I know, everybody got home safely. We have a guest with us this morning, and she hails from Romulus. No, she hails from River Rouge. River Rouge, that's where she's from. And her name is Vicki Dobbins, and we want to welcome you. And I want to have you tell the viewers, who is Vicki Dobbins?
Well, Theo, thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be with you. This is my first time. Yes, this is my first time with you. So I like to just give a few little shout outs to everybody in River Rouge, my family and my friends, and especially my daughter, and to my very special person out there. I like to say good morning to you guys, and hopefully you'll be looking in and watching us this morning. So let me tell you a little, just a little bit about Vicki Dobbins. I am from River Rouge, born and raised. I moved to Detroit and raised my family. However, when my mother became ill, I moved back to River Rouge. Now, when I went back to River Rouge, I said, what am I going to do? Once I get here, what am I going to do? And I had been involved with politics. I became precinct delegate in Detroit under the leadership of a gentleman named Mr. Mackey Johnson. I don't know if a lot of people from Detroit, it's another shout out, North Line and Cherry Line and Ohio, between Puritan and Marygrove. But Mr. Johnson was my mentor. And we began to be precinct delegates. I became a partner with him as a president of community block clubs, and it was just amazing. So when I went back to River Rouge, I began to do those same things, which I didn't know was very, very much needed at that particular time. So I became involved, and then I started running for different offices. Okay, so I ran for city treasurer. I didn't win. I ran for city council. I didn't win. I ran for school board. I won. So it was very important because so many people at that point, now they know me and they trusted me and they knew that I would do a fairly good job in that position. So that was my first time running. The second time I ran, I didn't win. The third time I did win. So this is my third time running for school board, and I'm so proud to say that I am a part of the River Rouge School Board.
Oh,
now,
yes.
Now, the school board is just one of the things that I do. I'm also with the City Planning Commission in River Rouge. And so that is another thing that's very, very important because we need to increase our businesses in River Rouge. And at this particular point, I'm going to ask, if you have a business, you want to get started, you need a storefront, come to River Rouge. We are a small but dynamic city, and we need new investment. We need people to come and invest in our city. And if you're looking for a place to live, we have some dynamic homes in River Rouge. I'm going to ask our mayor to start thinking about more seniors apartments in River Rouge. You know, so as our community becomes a little older and people don't want to move, where are you going to go? You know, we've been there for all our lives. Now you want us to go to what is that, Madison Heights for our senior living, Novi for senior living. We don't want to do that. We want to stay close to our family, our churches, our business, right there in River Rouge.
That's right.
So I encourage people who want to live in River Rouge, come back to River Rouge. You want a business in River Rouge? We have a lot of space, and our schools are dynamic. I'd just like to say one or two things about our schools.
Sure.
We have 3 schools, a high school, 4 schools. High school, middle, and elementary, all of them dynamic. And then we have a STEM school. The Dunn School is our STEM school, and the kids over there are doing some miraculous work. So if you haven't been there, Theo, I'd like to invite you and bring you out and let you see the River Rouge schools. Have you ever been there?
No, I've been to River Rouge. I've not been to the schools.
Well, I'd like to
Yes,
invite you. You can be my first guest.
Oh, all right. Now, when you say Dunn, is that D-U-N-N? Is named after someone?
It's named after someone, and it's been there for, you know, I've been in River Rouge many years, so I would say over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. It's wonderful to hear that you have a school that concentrates on STEM curriculum.
Yes.
That's really good.
What's the population of River Rouge?
Well, I like to be nice about it because I'm not quite sure, but I like to say 10,000. You know, I'm waiting for the statistics to come out next year, the census, and so we will have a better number after the census come out next year. But I like to say 10,000, and I got my fingers crossed on that.
Are you working on the census project?
I would not be working on the census project. I have done that before, and you know, it's very vigorous. That's a very big, I mean, you have to really get out and hopefully, I'm not going to say anything. Hopefully the people won't let the dogs out on you. But I can't run as fast as I used to.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you had that
you know,
issue.
I don't jump fences like I used to.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
used to jump
Imagine
fences.
Vicky jumping fences. Oh, my goodness.
You know, I used to climb the fence. You
Uh-oh.
know? Absolutely. When I was going to college, you know, they closed the fence up, and I had to climb the fence to get to
to
school.
get back in? Oh, to
yeah,
get out.
so, you know, I don't do that as well as I used to do it. So.
Oh, wow. The industry for River Rouge, they have a... you know,
Well, we have, yes, we do have Great Lakes Steel. We have Cement and Solvay.
Okay.
We have let's see, we have a numerous along the river. We did have DTE. You know, DTE was one of our main tax corporations. However, power plants are closing right now, and DTE in River Rouge is going to be one of the ones closing.
I see.
So we're going to have to replace that really, really soon with some major company.
Right,
And what I encourage our administrators to do is go out and ask for Chrysler and GM to bring in a small plant for us, because we do have room, and we need that industry in our city.
I'm curious, is Zug Island part of River Rouge?
Zug Island is part of River Rouge.
I've worked there, that's why I wasn't
Yes,
sure though, yeah.
yes, it is. So we do have several tax places, companies in our area, and so, you know, but we need more.
Yeah, I understand.
No, I was just going to add that when you mentioned them moving out, I was thinking about how, let's say, the satellite industries that supply to the major GM, Chrysler, that kind of thing, you know, some subsidiary companies that do supply the parts,
Yes.
since they don't make their own thing, may also be a good option.
Well, I'm going to begin myself to look into that and send some letters out and ask some of these companies to come in, because, you know, it's not good if you watch your city just kind of die down. And if you don't believe that your city can die, go across the bridge and go through Delray. You see, I remember when Delray was a a booming city. Okay, so, and we used to be booming too, and we don't want to lose our city. We don't want to lose River Rouge, Ecorse, Southwest Detroit.
Right.
You know, we just don't need to do that.
Now tell me, what goes on Zug Island?
Zug Island is a place that does, they do, what do you call that?
Processing a lot of raw material.
Raw material,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Steel,
Yes.
the steel industry, yes.
Okay, so there's no residential area
Well,
for there?
I'm sorry to tell you
What,
that
there
there
is?
are, yeah, there are. On the Delray side, yeah, there are people who actually live down by Zug Island, yes. I took a ride through there, and the homes are fairly older homes,
Okay.
but people do live there. So it was very interesting to me too.
Right.
But
right.
there are people who are there. Now, I'm also a member of the Sierra Club,
Okay.
and our focus is on clean air, water, and land.
Oh, okay.
And those people who live close to Zug Island, I would be sure to say that they have a lot of health problems.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
a lot of asthma, a lot of
Respiratory-
bronchitis.
respiratory,
Yes, and a lot of heart disease and those kinds of things.
What
Okay,
about cancer? Do they
a lot
have
of cancer,
that?
a lot of cancer, because when you live there your whole life, you just don't get away from, you know, lung cancer, liver,
And the
you know.
pollution. so-
Yes, a lot of
pollution.
toxic because of how they process it. I only worked there like maybe 2 or 3 months, but they even have alarms on the island that if some methane gas or something, they have places that you have to retreat to in order to avoid it. So yeah, it's a very hazardous area with, as she says, poisonous gases and other things people have to deal with.
Wow. And even people who work there year after year after year, even if they don't live there, they're still subjected to the same toxins, right?
Yeah. Now, is the water department also in River Rouge?
And yes, but it's called a Detroit Water
Water-
Department.
right, exactly,
Yeah,
yes.
see, so because it's on the
I
Detroit.
worked there also.
Oh, did you? Okay, okay.
All over
right.
the place.
Well, that's all right.
I didn't work where they process it, but they were putting in some new office buildings, and I know I could see Zug Island right across the street from the Detroit
Yes.
Water Department, although, like you said, it's not Detroit.
And I don't know if you are familiar with the let's see. We used to have a dog shelter, an animal shelter, that after the animals were held for a certain length of time, they would be, what is a kind word? They would have to go
Euthanized.
through the
This is-
crematory.
Oh,
Okay, so on special days in Delray, there was a horrible, horrible odor, and we always said that that was the day that they were cremating the animals. Okay, and so I'm not getting that one right now. I don't know if that place is still open, but you know, for as long as I've been in the Downriver area, if you go over I-75, there was a distinct stench that covered Delray, River Rouge, Southwest Detroit. Okay, we got it. Some parts of Melvindale. Oh yeah, and if you have read the latest information, River Rouge, Southwest Detroit, and Ecorse are the most polluted areas in Michigan, not just downriver in Michigan. And so we've been fighting that for many, many years. We have our activist, Rhonda Anderson, a shout out to Rhonda Anderson, who is our manager at the Sierra Club, Teresa Landrum, Vincent Martin, Tyrone Carter. These people have been fighting in our area for years and years, trying to get it cleaned up. I'm proud to say that I'm a part of that. And also Dr. Dolores Leonard. Don't let me forget about Dr. Leonard, because she's also been a true fighter for and leader for the Southwest Detroit community.
Quick question now. Is Marathon Oil part of
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I was thinking,
Absolutely. We really fight the Marathon Oil Company on a regular basis, okay? They know us well.
now what about parks and beaches and walks? Along the Detroit River, and there's the River Walk. Now, down around your area, River Rouge, do you have parks and beaches and all of that?
So let me say that we do have, I'm going to start with River Rouge. We have a Ballinger Park, and it's very nice, very clean. We have playscapes for the kids, swings, and we have places that you can come and have picnics and cook out. We have tables. They have fishing. Oh my God. People come and fish on our bank. You can lower your boat. We have the boat ramp. You can lower your boat there and, launch your boats from the Ballinger Park.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on down to Ecorse. Ecorse has got a awesome boardwalk, and it starts right there at Southfield and Jefferson. It's absolutely wonderful, and people are out early in the morning fishing. They're there late at night just watching the sun go down. It's the most beautiful place that you want to sit and just watch the water. It's beautiful. Watch the boats. And it's just beautiful. And then when you go on down just a little bit, you want to go to Wyandotte. And that's where our Detroit River boat leaves from Wyandotte. And you can take a 2-hour tour down the Detroit River from Wyandotte. So if you haven't done that, Miss Broughton, it's time for us to do that too. Okay.
All right.
So we have some amazing things in Downriver. So that's the reason why I just encourage people.
Yeah.
If you don't have a home that you really want to call home, come down and visit us in River Rouge and Ecorse.
Now, a quick question. Do the different, as you mentioned, River Rouge, Ecorse, Wyandotte, do those particular cities work together on certain things since you're all so connected with each other?
Well, we do work together on quite a few things. River Rouge and Ecorse especially. Wyandotte has their own little
Yeah.
thing that they do, but we do work really closely with Ecorse, River Rouge and Ecorse, and Southwest Detroit. We actually work closer together than
Okay. Now
Why
what
not?
I want to move back to, the South Field that I'm familiar with is M39. Is that the road you say merges in with Jefferson?
it goes all the way down. Jefferson is the beginning of Southfield. You're right at the river when you come to Southfield Road. So if you get to the end of Southfield, you're gonna run into the river if you if you keep going.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now Southfield goes through Allen Park.
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure we talk about the same Southfield.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. So
You know-
so we run from Jefferson all the way to what? Southfield. Where does it stop? At 8 Mile?
Actually, it goes to about Birmingham,
Birmingham?
which is around 14 Mile Road.
Going
Yeah,
north, right?
absolutely.
But it's interesting the way the city of Detroit is laid out, and the roads just kind of fan out or they merge.
Yes.
Because if you go north on Telegraph, when you get to 9 Mile, you can walk a few blocks
Yes.
from Telegraph to Woodward Avenue. But if you are around, say, Michigan and Telegraph, you don't want to walk to Woodward. It's decidedly, it's miles away.
That's right.
And it's just a direction in which the streets are laid out. That's interesting.
Yeah, they don't run parallel; they run at angles, so you never know. Now, I'm wondering also how are the politics on the River Rouge School Board? Is there? I mean, because we have our issues with the school board here.
So
Don't we?
let me say this: that again, I'm also a part of the NAACP, where Gina Wilson Stewart is the president. And what we have been doing is going to different school board meetings, okay? And just listening, you know, we will put in our input if we need to. And so I am so proud to tell you that the River Rouge School Board is very well under control right now. We have a dynamic superintendent who is Dr. Derek Coleman.
Okay.
Dr. Coleman came into River Rouge approximately 8 years ago. And he has put together a team of administrators, teachers, social workers, you know, you name it, he's got that team together, okay? And the school board supports Dr. Coleman.
Okay.
Whatever he does, he comes to us, he lets us know what he's going to do, and we support him. In order to have a good running system, you have to support your administrators. You have to support your leaders. And Dr. Coleman has really shown us, he's a young man that has shown us how to run a organization correctly. Okay, everything is done to perfection.
Now,
And
are the
we're
parents
so
involved?
proud of him.
Are the parents involved? Because that's another issue we have throughout our communities.
That's right. So the way that we are doing things, we have set up programs where parents, they want to be involved. So we have a lot of parental involvement in our schools right now. So if there's something really going on, parents are called in and they come. Okay.
How did you get that cooperation from parents? What did you do?
I don't know. I think it's got a lot to do with Dr. Coleman,
Okay.
and it's got a lot to do with the administrators. The way that the secretaries talk to the parents. That, you know, you have to be a real customer service person to encourage people to come in. Okay, you have to really. I went to a something we had at the football field. There were so many parents there, I couldn't believe it. They had a football. Help me.
The field?
Football
Yeah,
game?
but games, games,
A
playoffs. And the parents were there. They were involved. They were helping. It was
That's
good. So maybe parents are beginning to look at it and say, we need to put in some time with our kids, okay? Because one of the problems, and what I noticed, because I am a substitute teacher, we had a tendency of passing the buck. Well, it's the teacher's fault. Well, it's the administrator's fault. Well, it's the parents' fault. Well, no, it's all of our fault. If your child is not successful, it's not his fault. It's not just the parents, just the teacher, just the administrator. We all have to work together on one kid, okay? So let's stop passing the buck. Let's get together and let's focus on these children.
That's right.
That's the bottom line.
That's right.
One thing I find admirable is when you mention the STEM program, which is really taken off as of late because of the need for people in those particular fields. Now, how long has that been a part of the River Rouge school system?
Well, I would say approximately 5 years, okay? Because even though we taught science and math and, a little technology in each one of the schools, Dr. Coleman came up, because we had an empty school, Dr. Coleman came up with the idea that now we need to start our own STEM school. And it was kind of like something they didn't really know what was going to happen. But our school is K through 8. Every classroom is full, and we got the teachers. We have an awesome principal, Dr. Revo, and it's been wonderful. It's just great.
I've noticed too in other communities outside of River Rouge that they've had the big billboards where they were, asking students, if you really want your student to excel, come to the River Rouge school system. Now, I want to also ask, is the community fairly diverse?
Right now, yes, we're very diverse right now. We have, African Americans, Caucasians, and now we're getting a huge number of Hispanics into our city, and which I love. Because you gotta have that balance. And, I also encourage those of us who are not familiar with the Spanish language that this is a perfect time. Isn't it interesting that Hispanics can come to America and learn English? Now they have 2 languages.
Right.
We only have 1. Okay, so I encourage all of our young people at the kindergarten age. Don't wait until you get to the 9th grade, 12th grade to start learning. No, we have to, at the kindergarten, maybe before then, to start learning a second language. And don't let it just be Spanish. I mean, there's many, many different languages. I used to work with a guy from Africa. He had 9 languages. 9, okay?
I love it.
9. So, we need to step it up just a little bit. So I encourage language and math and science. Those are my favorite.
Ah, yes. I know there was some arrogance out there for a while that the conversation was, if you're going to be here, you need to speak English because that's going to be the dominant language. But of course,
That's not true.
you know, there are those who have that kind of arrogance,
You
like
know-
the president right now.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's my problem. I was at a meeting once, and we were all sitting at the table, right? And there were maybe 2 or 3 Americans, and the other were Hispanics, and the conversation turned to Spanish. Okay, so now, while you want to be the dominant language, when the conversation turns to Spanish or Arabic or do you still want to be at the table? You're sitting at the table, but you don't know what's going on at the table. So, we need to encourage our young people. Don't be the one sitting at the table and you don't even know what's going on at the table. Okay, so
Absolutely.
so it's time for us to, encourage, and don't be afraid of learning different languages,
That's right. That's right. And Wayne County Community College has opportunities for people in our community. For those of you who are 60 years of age or older, you can take classes free. They also sponsor trips abroad for students who matriculate there. And it doesn't take much to find out what's going on the campus. For those who computer savvy, you can look up the information there. But I think it's best to actually go to the location and find out about tours, find out about the information that's available to you if you're 60 years or older, where you can take classes free, and definitely about a language.
Let me just, as you mentioned that, Theo, hold up here is the continuing education catalog for Wayne County Community College. And classes officially started today, but registration is still ongoing. So make it a point, not only for yourself, but for those. And I have to say, give a shout out because I won't mention his name, but Theo's dentist was on a talk show, and he recently said that there's a shortage of dental hygienists, and he said it's so short that they have to share dental hygienists with other dentists.
What?
And if you take a 2-year course at Wayne County Community College, you can come out making $30 an hour.
Oh, absolutely. And the campus that teaches that program is the Northwest Campus on Outer Drive in Southfield Freeway. And the instructors are excellent. They really are. I have a family member who went through that, and the students are encouraged to study together and take the test for their state license together. And I've really not heard of any class where the team of students did not pass. It's excellent. All I can tell you, it is excellent.
Now, I have an additional question. You wearing so many hats, Mrs. Dowers.
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned school board, NAACP, Sierra Club. So I wanted to ask you, how often does the city planning commission meet, and what's the atmosphere, during the meetings?
So we meet once a month on the 4th Monday of the month. There are 7 of us, including the director, and sometimes the mayor sits in. And what we do is there may be a company, a organization, we have child care companies that want to come into our city and take care of our kids. So we just look over their paperwork. If they'd like to be a part of River Rouge, then we accept them, and they go from there. They will take that to the city council. They're okayed, and then they go ahead and open up their business.
What number of council members do you have?
We have 6 council members, and then the mayor. We have a attorney and the city clerk.
Oh, okay.
Now,
So the
when-
mayor would take would make the tie vote, break a tie vote. Because if you have
Yep.
6, you can have a tie.
Yeah, well, you might have
So-
a tie. I
What
haven't
is that?
seen it to be a tie.
But is it the mayor who would break the tie?
Yeah, the mayor can,
Break the tie. Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, I consider that interesting. That's why I asked, and I had also thought about, as she said, the whole tiebreaker element of it. But it's interesting. I took a class at U of D in city planning. As a matter of fact, Carl Levin was the former Senator. Carl Levin was the instructor there. So I find it interesting when you say city planning. It's a lot of times people don't know what's going on. Let's just say the residents of whatever community it may be about some of the. I guess the far-reaching sites or what it is, like they plan ahead of time, years ahead of time, as you say.
Yeah.
They
absolutely.
they come and approach you, different businesses, and then you look at whether something can be zoned commercially, industrial, et cetera.
Exactly. And sometimes they have their plans, they have their diagrams of, how their building is going to look, the bathrooms, the conference rooms and all that stuff, maybe of where the phones are going to go, so it just depends on the organization.
It's just for me, being a student for life, it just seems like such a interesting environment to be in because everything's coming at you new. You get a chance to get like the first insight on things and what people are proposing. And since you have such a diverse group of businesses that may want to become involved, but we have a caller, so we're going to let them join in.
Oh, good.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Yes, this is Tawana Morris, and I'm calling in, and I'm happy to see you guys on TV. I can see a great picture.
All right.
Vicki, I'd like to thank you for all that you do. I know that you are a democratic person that fights for the rights of everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I also like to remind everybody that today there's going to be a meeting, a town hall meeting at 4200 Michigan Avenue concerning medical, the right to single payer. So I'm inviting everybody, please come out. It's a free luncheon. And you get to hear Rashida Tlaib as well as a couple of others talking about our issues in the Michigan, especially the water.
Oh, yes.
Now, what time is that meeting, Tawana?
It's going to start at 11, from 11 to 3, and they start serving lunch at 1. It's going to be very pleasurable.
Sounds good. Now, you have a main speaker?
Yes, Rashida Tlaib, and I think Clarice from France,
Oh, okay.
and one other. It's going to be a very nice, peaceful
Oh, that's
event.
great. Oh, okay. Wow. That's on Michigan Avenue, 4200 Michigan Avenue.
Yes, at the local 22.
She said, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. You have any other questions or anything?
Yes, I know that it's the election time coming up, and I'd like for everybody to know you have to think about the mental health issues, these and the poor situation, the financial factor. In order to reach out to these people, you got to talk to them and understand and get an idea of their situation. And that's what I'm uniting with Michigan Welfare of Rights as well as Hood Research and Theo Broden with Feedback and our Community Black Club. I'm reaching out and I'm encouraging everybody to reach out. This is a very important election, and we need everybody's voice.
Yes.
And the caring factor.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, wow.
So, Tawana, I have a bumper sticker. It says, Vicky says, to be victorious, get vigorous, and vote. And I have, a couple of hundred that I should be picking up in another couple of days. So if you don't mind, somewhere along the line, either helping to just distribute a couple of the bumper stickers, because this information has got to get out. And if we don't vote this time, we're facing some really devastating, a very devastating future. So, you know, it's all we can do is to get that message out, and that's my message to the people. Get out and vote.
Right.
And the last thing I'd like to say, it's about caring, understanding. Each one of us, everybody has a family member or a loved one that they reach out to, and they know their issues. We need to handle their issues. The government is horrific. I just seen on Facebook the monies that was supposed to go to Flint. $20 million was given to an unknown source. Another $55,000 given to another source, not related to the water in Flint, but it was Flint money. So we got to get the right people in office to do the right thing for the people, not for themselves and trying to make a dollar. And that's every dollar the race, creed, color. We need somebody that's going to help create our communities.
Well, the other thing that's important about that is we have to participate with the census as well. Voting is extremely urgent that we participate in, and the census is equally as urgent because the number of individuals and a location dictates the amount of dollars that gets sent to that location for your roads, your infrastructure, and for grants, for repairs on properties, etc. So I'm glad that you brought that up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
I'm going to hang up and listen to some more.
Okay. Thank you for calling in, Tawana. Wait. I got to say a good morning and a shout out to Lawrence and Lawrence Sawyer and also to Miss Farmer this morning. Go ahead.
And I just wanted to remind our viewers and listeners that the calling numbers here are area code 313-868-0342, 868-0351, and 868-4336. So you can become a part of the conversation, part of the community, and part of activism.
And before we continue with the important subject of the census and elections, I hear that you have some activity going on in Idlewild, not to mention in your community too. But let's start with Idlewild.
Well, listen, several years ago, I went to a little resort area called Idlewild. I had seen the movie, and if you haven't seen the movie, let's watch the movie, okay? And then I went to Idlewild, and I was just amazed at how beautiful it was. And so since then, I've been back several times. This year, I joined the Detroit Idlewilder Club, and we had a low-down, hold-down at the Perfect Beat Lounge that's located at 1941 4th Street in Southwest Detroit. It was the most amazing thing that I have ever seen. The Detroit Idlewilders came out like nothing I've ever seen. So we're going to do that again on August the 31st. We're going to ask for all the Detroit Idlewilders to come to the Perfect Beat at 5 o'clock on August the 31st. And we're going to have the Big Mama Blues celebration and fundraiser. And it's going to be amazing. Now, the fun thing is that I have asked several people to come in and sing the blues, play the blues.
Is QB coming to shake the blues?
If I can get QB, I want her to come and shake the blues. And so it's going to be a fantastic Idlewild performance, people coming in, and these Idlewild people party like nothing you've ever seen. I was there this past weekend and for part of the jazz festival, and it was amazing. So if don't stay at home on Saturday. Don't just say, oh, I don't have anything to do. Yes, you do. Come to 1941 Fort Street and have a celebration with Big Mama and the blues group from Idlewild, Michigan.
Now, is there a cross intersection?
Yeah, we're at 4th Street and Schaefer.
Schaefer, okay.
Yes.
4th Street and Schaefer, 1941 4th
Fourth
Street.
Street, yes.
And the name of the club is?
The Perfect Beat Lounge.
The Perfect Beat Lounge.
Yes.
1941 4th Street. Okay, we have a caller. Go ahead.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Flat off, flat go. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, too.
Yeah, I was listening to Tawana, and I was listening about the vote and the census information. I think it's important. It's very, very important that we get to our parents and seniors and those of age of voting to get educated, to understand your vote becomes a joke when you don't do your research and know who you're voting for. Because with this name recognition mess, you losing out. Your vote can hurt if you don't get educated enough to know who you're voting for. You have to know how to vote, and you have to know who you're voting for. So we got to get that, do some kind of brainstorming where we can educate these people to encourage them. Educate yourself on who you're voting for, because that affects your life 3 to 4 years, that person that's in that office that may or may not be in your best benefit or interest.
And one of the places that you can learn is at the Hood Research meetings. We hold a meeting on the second Saturday of every month. And currently we're located at the Dabo Center on Grand River at Wyoming. We meet from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And it's an opportunity for speakers to come in and for those who participate to come in and bring the information that they have gathered. Everybody can have an opportunity to research and share it when they come with us.
Right. So I'm just saying that some type of education encouragement program needs to be in place, especially for those who never vote or don't vote or against the system and always talking about, your vote don't count. Well, no, it's not going to count if you don't know who you're voting for. It's not going to count if you don't vote. And the list goes on, the reason why it won't count. And so in that area, I think that's where we need to really push and encourage those who never voted, won't vote, or just vote for anybody.
Right.
Anybody's not going to help you. And you see that years and years with the retreads, how they do us. They look at us as non-humans and take care of corporate greed and not the people's needs. And so, it's just, I think it's a campaign or some kind of kickoff that needs to be enforcing or encouraging the people to understand that it's very important that you know what you're doing when you get in those booths. So
definitely.
And I did see that the election is they're doing some hiring. So they're looking for, people to apply for positions
at the clerk's office. At the clerk's.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
thanks
all I have to say. Love you.
Love you too. Thanks for calling in. Okay. So now, back to the Perfect Beat. Is it the Perfect Beat? 1941 4th Street.
Yes.
In River Rouge.
Southwest Detroit.
Did we talk about a time?
And the time is 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay.
Yes, from 5 to 11. But we will go longer if if we're having fun.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we can go longer.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so,
that sounds good. Okay. Now, how do people get tickets or cost or numbers?
Well, you
or
can
what?
get your ticket from me. You can get tickets from any of the Idlewild members. I don't have all the specific phone numbers for them right now, but you can call me at area code 313-492-5179. The tickets are only $10.
Okay.
Because we want people to come, and we didn't want to overprice ourselves. So, and we're going to have food, free food.
Uh-oh.
And, this entertainment is going to be out of sight. So we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time.
Okay, now
So
the number again, phone number
the
again.
number again is area code 313-492-5179. My name is Vicki Dobbins, and you can get your ticket from me.
All right. Yes, I like that. And in your community, there seems to be a lot of cooperation. Is it because many of the people are related to each other?
Oh, my God. In River Rouge, everybody is related to each other.
Yeah.
So every day
You
is
have
a
to
family
really be
reunion.
You have to really, really be careful in River Rouge because everybody, you got the Harringtons, the Campbells, the Jones, and they're all connected,
Oh, my
okay?
God. What about the Crawfords?
Oh, boy, we got the Crawfords and the Tunstall's, and they're connected. You
All
name
right.
it, they got the Williams and the Williams and the Williams,
Oh,
and they
wow.
all connected, okay? It's amazing. So I'm a Wellington, and my brother and I were the only Wellingtons.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so there was, so if you say Vicki Wellington, everybody knows who you're talking about.
I got
Sam Wellington, everybody knows who you're talking about.
okay.
Just like my son-in-law, his name is Vernon C. Nance. Hi, Vernon. And he is C. Nance. I never really heard that name, but guess what? It came from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh.
It's a French name. And so, so if you had a name in River Rouge that was C. Nance, everybody would know it because it's a little different.
Right,
So,
right.
just another shout out to my son-in-law.
All right.
And I love, he is an awesome guy.
Okay. We have to stop for a station ID. I want you to stay tuned, and we will be back momentarily.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinda from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.